Hello.
Hello. How is it? How are things?
Things are all right. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I've kind of been like on a bit of like a small melee break to play like Pokemon TCG Pocket. So I haven't been playing I haven't been playing melee quite as much, because I've just been playing like that. But now I think I'm ready to start playing again. Um, yeah, it was good. Card games are sort of like a comfort zone for me.
Okay, cool. I'm happy you
Yeah,
have that.
thank you. So, on your end, how has the melee been?
Um, I think good, first of all.
Hell yeah! Tell me
I
why.
mm, yeah, so the last time we spoke, you pointed out I do this really silly set of panic options or impulse options.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. And so just pulling that back has helped. You also made a comment about giving other people the steering wheel. Um, and I think I am selective about who I give the steering wheel.
As you should be.
Um, right? And I get insight. Sometimes people they sometimes I should work on which conversations I'm going to be a part of or not. That's like still a work in progress. But I have given people the steering wheel, good conversational partners. So that's been nice. I had a session with Salt as well because it was
Oh
like,
fuck
okay,
yeah!
so I saw this person do really well, and I wanted their perspective. So we had an hour session, and I got her perspective. She looked at some of my games. Her big criticisms, I think I was nervous. Regardless, her big criticisms, there were a few. One was that sometimes I'm too impatient in how I execute the option select. And so that takes other ones off the table and it makes what I'm doing reactable. In a way, and some of what you've
Hmm.
said as well was coming through. So for example, my I have a tendency to sometimes full hop aerial where I mean to short hop or I just full hop because I don't maybe understand the value of the short hop. She also caught on to a lot of those. Um, she sort of stressed the importance of like, sometimes it's okay to crouch in the corner against a falcon because you want to make them respond to you. Very valuable thing to do. So there's some value to like pacing. And she gave me some very specific ideas on ways to use uh, aerial fair like short hop rising fair or even falling fair because you can get a little bit of a speed boost and just it was really cool to see. So it's been helpful. And something you both have talked to me about is the importance of like falling bear. And so I have like a peach practice partner and yeah, coming at double jump characters from above, especially with like falling fair, is so fabulous. So lots of good things.
Hell yeah! Let's go. So, how has this translated into into matchups? I know you said Peach has been going better, but like I feel like Fox, Marth, Sheik, Falco, how are the other matchups doing?
Okay. So Peach we talked about, cool. Falcon has always been my strongest matchup. I think if I'm getting like sloppy or lazy, I get a signal because I'll get like kneed in the face. But otherwise, it continues to be, I think, my strongest matchup. Nothing really to update there. Um, Maybe using more short. So actually, so one thing she pointed out was like, I have a tendency to sometimes try to do full hop aerials on Falcon. So a full hop rising bear might hit Falcon, maybe, but a full hop fair will not. But there's so much value to like a short hop fair and I get so much out of that because that does hit Falcon. That's been very helpful. With Marth's the local Marth that I play has gotten sharper. They're playing more footsies with me, but I don't know that they know that they're playing footsies based on what they tell me. Um, but that's okay. Um, I won our first set. I lost our second set, so like that's just like the quantifiable what happened. The first set was a wash. I think I like four stocked them both times. The second set, it was I lost 2-0, but they were all last hit, last stock. So I think I need to get a little bit better about. I'm not fully sure. They didn't want to talk about the set, so I didn't really get their perspective.
No, I
Um,
imagine they wouldn't.
yeah, yeah. Foxes are all over the place, but waiting to hit the fox, like waiting to do these short hop falling bears, that helps a lot. Saul gave me some streamlined ideas. I mean, I think her ideas with Marth, don't even try to like combo Marth, just try to set up edge guards. It just simplifies things. Um, when I do that, it's not a bad idea because when you sort of force the Marth to get back on stage, whether they're in the air and they're doing like a side B stall, but we have multiple jumps, we can play that game with them. Or if they're at ledge, you really could like streamline like, okay, now I'm in advantage and I'm either going to get you back off stage or get percent on you to just repeat this process. So that does simplify things. I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
like, why do you? So here, let me ask you. Why do you think we call it a rinse and repeat?
Um, yeah, let's see. Okay.
So
Let
like,
me see what this
if
might
we're
be.
if we have Marth here, let's put him to like 20. So we have Marth here,
Boom.
and then like we're
Yes.
just gonna like back him off.
Yep.
So
Boom.
like, if we force him
Yeah.
to like recover here, and we hit him with
Yeah.
that, it's pretty easy to get like additional stuff on him, right? Like,
Yes.
so like this is what I mean when I like what I mean by like why do we think we call it a rinse and repeat is like yeah it's because you get like more reps of it. So when you force it like it's kind of like what we do versus Sheik, right? Like if we force him to like into spots where he has to like take like back airs and up tilts and stuff like up to like the up moves into those like just to get back, then like yeah, of course. Like we'll get our damage there. We don't need to like do big combos. All we have to do is just get them off stage.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's not how I normally think about playing these characters. Um, but it makes sense, and I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
look, that's so much damage.
Yeah. It's almost like it's not quite a normal combo punish, but you just hold on to advantage state and then punish based off that.
Yeah,
And then you get like
exactly.
these pseudo combos, if you want to call them that, or whatever you want to call them. I guess rinse and repeat. Okay.
It's like it's an edge guard loop. Like
Yeah.
that's how I think of
Hmm.
them. Like it's just an edge guard loop. Like you know,
Yeah.
and so not all of them are created equal, but like Kirby has a reasonably quick like somewhat disjointed back air that's out for a while. Like
Yeah.
this is good. This is enough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I find I think better while I'm doing things. So
That's fine.
this is just me like doing that.
This is how I'm going to start structuring my game plans around Marth and Sheik, at least in like the Edgeguard setup. Um, you and I have talked about order of operations. I feel like Falco's hit or miss. But overall, I feel like when I play Falco, I'm just learning a lot of interactions. One thing that helps simplify, is getting laser. All of the other Kirbys think it's not worth laser because they rather have the inhale and like maybe threaten Falco with the inhale. I don't feel that way, and that's fine. I kind of like what I can do with laser, but I do struggle with laser on more vertical, on stages that don't have as much horizontal space, like Yoshi's. Then I struggle with using laser there. But like on Battlefield, I would love it. Dreamland, I would love to have laser. I prefer not to have to fight Falco on Dreamland, but if I can get the laser, I'll take it. Um,
So like okay, so you just said something interesting there. So like what is so Yoshi's story is uncomfortable even when you have the gun, right?
yeah.
Is it possible that maybe like the value of the lasers depends somewhat on the level you're on? Like maybe because like I'm thinking with this level it's so easy to get them off stage, maybe inhale is better here. Because I agree with you that like
Yeah.
the laser is super valuable, but is it always more valuable than inhale?
Um, I don't think so. And I normally don't want the laser on this stage. I mean, I'll try it in like friendlies and stuff to like experiment and force new interactions to occur, but I normally am more comfortable with inhale on this stage.
Yeah, because like you have like certain things that work here. Like you have a lot of things that work here that like are somewhat like dependent on like you have a lot of cheese. You have a lot of cheese here that like I think that works pretty well depending on what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, he can just grab the edge out of that. That's so sad. But yeah, point is, I think that like all of this makes a ton of sense. Do you think there's a way that we can make laser like more valuable here, or do you think that it's just like this is just kind of like how it is?
Um, Excuse me. It might be. It might be good. I mean, what I'm imagining, right? Common interaction. Falco takes top plat. Let's say I have laser. Um, okay, if I want to shoot Falco on top plat, I have to be shooting from side plat. But by the time it takes me to get there, there's like all this like they sort of have to approach me, right? Because if they run away from me, then I'm gonna like shoot them. So the Falco's gonna come at me, and then I might
Oh,
end up
this
not
looks
lasering.
cool.
Exactly. I might end up airing, right? So it sort of is like a weird, I'll force the Falco to approach tool. That's what laser has, like the passive pressure. That's what I feel like at least.
Well, yeah, because you can shoot 2 in a jump, and like you can hit him with them and vary your fastfall and stuff like that. Like this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is why like when you're like the Kirbys don't think this is good, I'm like, are they insane? Like
They just don't think Kirby gets anything off of it. I think they want to kill. I think that's what they're focused on is how can we kill Cap Falco faster? Where I'm like, no, we need these pokes to like fuck up his neutral, get more damage, and then gradually nudge him off stage. Like laser into down tilt, laser into F tilt or up tilt. I think that's great. Yeah.
I might be a washed professional, but like I usually find that it is never with Falco the problem. The problem is very seldom how do we kill him even faster. The problem is like because almost everyone can like one touch Falco. Maybe there's some conditional requirements like in it, but like fucking killing Falco is not that hard, people. What usually the hard part is how the fuck do you hit him? Like
Yeah. That's
So-
what I feel like. Yeah.
yeah, so I would agree with you. So I think that like just so if he's up here and we know that he's going to be up here, I almost wonder. So like you coming up here. Okay, let's move him up here. Brain oh wait, he's not gonna let me control him. Damn you. Okay, whatever. We'll pretend he's up here.
You could do an up throw underneath, maybe, right?
I don't think it'll get him there yet, but that's okay.
All right.
I feel like I almost feel like the fact that like you get like this, that I almost feel like the fact that you get like this seems okay.
Yeah,
like,
I've never done that out of a laser. That's really clever. Because
like,
you told me about double jump waveland teeter cancel, and then doing aerials out of that. But this looks really good.
Yeah, because you get hitboxes with this.
Yeah.
So like it covers them like moving, and then like you could potentially do this.
Ooh.
Yeah, like you could also like.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is like aerial poking, and then we can do it. We get like not because we don't jump as high as Falco, we get to sort of play an aerial scrap, quote unquote, with laser.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me. I think that honestly, like the other cool thing is like if you set it up from this side, like you don't have to use that side. You could also do it over here, and then like I feel like I almost feel like is it possible that we're trying too hard to hit him?
That's something that they said. They said that when they get laser, when I say they, different Kirby players have said this when I go on calls about it on this matchup. When they get laser, they get too excited. I think some of it is just like we got to learn how to use laser, and then we'll like understand. But like yeah, for me, I grinded this. I didn't grind it on this stage, but I definitely grinded Kirby laser usage, and so yeah, this is perfect what you're doing. It's like yeah. To me, Falco has to respond by jumping.
Yeah,
and so us just being there, now he's in the air. Now we can kind of put him where we want him.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like you're like to me, like one of the great things about this is like this is kind of like why I like why I was like Kirby's short hop like double jump teeter. Like it puts him onto this so quickly. The reason I didn't do this with like that strat with full hop when I was talking about this shit is because like I think like the value of this is just like that he can like kind of like nil easily onto it from like that position, but like actually that's an idea. Nah, it's not. It's
He doesn't get true nils, but he does get like that. Yeah. So like he's still when he lands with the no impact, he's on his way down. He's not like aerial interrupting.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean because it's like his body gets bigger and then it has to like shrink.
Yeah. His ECB, his DK and Puff's ECB, they're just set up differently from everyone else, so they don't get aerial interrupts. Typically.
I think Game & Watch and Mewtwo also have something like this. Because they have, like, their ECBs are fixed on their bodies. I know that's, like, why, like, the Ness back air shit for, like, and, like, Zelda Kick and Pikachu F Smash, like, they deny a knees. Like, these characters aren't bound by the Tech rules. by like the like you know how electric moves, well maybe you don't know this, but electric moves don't allow characters to attack if they do a certain amount of damage, because the character incurs like the taking damage animation takes their ECB off the ground during hit lag, but it doesn't happen for Kirby, Mr. Game & Watch, Jigglypuff, Donkey Kong, and Mewtwo, because their ECBs are fixed on their are fixed.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I have a feeling if it's like if it has to do with ECB, if that's the explanation, I bet that the other two are related to this in somehow.
Okay.
Because that would make sense. Like it wouldn't. I don't think it would make sense for it to be true for some of them, but not all of them, if it's the same property.
Yeah, I'll look. I mean, I'm curious now. I'm gonna look into it. But that makes sense.
Yeah, but either way, like I think we can see that like this causes havoc, and like the cool thing here is that like even if you don't necessarily like shoot the like even if you want to defend, it's really easy to like transition into like shield here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So you're wave landing with one trigger, light shielding with the other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do it on this side, just so like I'm not tempted to reset as much. Yeah, like you can also just like do this into like you could also do this into shield and like lean the shield off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you recording this? I assume
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna be uploading this on like a more aggressive schedule because of like I'm gonna be like doing less fancy titles and stuff, but like it's going and like probably not putting them into like the character playlist just because I have so many of these uploads. But yeah, this will be up probably like tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. That's great. Yeah, I mean there's not a lot of Kirby. This is really good Kirby laser landing or labbing, excuse me. So I'm really excited by this.
Nice. I find that like when I work with like low tier players, it's so much more like conceptual work, but it's like really interesting because it like reminds me of the work I did with Sheik a long time ago, where I'm like, okay, but like what is the best move I can put here? Because like here, let me turn my input display on because I think you'll find this kind of cool. So we're using a lot of things like I'm using a lot of things. I'm not using exactly the notch because I don't want a shield drop because like I don't want that to happen. So it's kind of like down and forward, but like at a very gentle angle. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, the advantage here is, like, if we can imagine Falco coming over and, like, hitting us,
Yeah.
like, we're going to slide off, and then we're able to, like, double jump bear.
Yeah. That's fabulous. Okay.
Yeah, like, here. Like, in fact, like, we can even demonstrate this. Oh, wait. Why is it not allowing me to save state? Okay. So let's do this. So we'll do this. And then we'll do... Okay, cool. So save positions, human mode record. We'll do that. And then play back and control. Oh, I get it. Yeah, so like, yeah, we could easily like just hit him out of that.
Yeah. Double jump bear or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I come from like the top, like... that doesn't really like get in the way of that. That doesn't get in the way of that either. Like that's I think is the cool part. Cuz like yeah, we can just have him. So playback and then yeah, so then we just have this off. Yeah, and we can set that up with laser really easily. So, like, we're able to, like, protect ourselves from, like, some of the common ways he'd, like, attack us there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps a lot, right? Because that's sort of one of the things I struggle with on that stage with laser is, like, getting to be level enough to threaten with laser. These are great options. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I find that, like, establishing some kind of, like, shield mechanic on a platform is usually, like, if Alex is playing above us, either being under the platform or being on the platform are two generally good things to do, because he's just so bad versus shield drop for, like, a character as good as him. Like, I'm not saying that he's, like, he can't beat it or anything, but it's just, like, if we think about, like, how Sheik would deal with that, it's, like, she's, like, Sheik, Marth, Peach, Captain Falcon, Fox, like, Jigglypuff even. Like, there's so much more equipped to deal with that position, because they just don't care. Like, if somebody's shielding there, what does she do? She's just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like, you do you, boo. Like, I don't give a fuck. She's just gonna, she just does her usual thing, and it's like, oh yeah, no, like, this is fine. I'm just, like, in my lane, happy. I'm just in my lane, happy as a bee, happy as a bee. Happy as an evil bee. Like, none of this is punishable. Whee! But yeah, like with Falco, because his limbs are small, but like he doesn't have like, his limbs are small, his his shine is small, his like it's just he doesn't, and his jump squat's kind of like high, his shield isn't terribly good. Like there's just a lot more risk for him to engage in these kinds of positions. Like whereas she's just like, oh, everything except for my weird hair thing is covered. Whereas for him, he's like, not my feet, not my mohawk. So I think that, like, encouraging him to fight in those situations is, like, honestly a good, like, it's a good solution to make him land on platforms in general. And if we can, like, chump check some of his, immediate offense options with, like, a shield setup, too, or a shield push-off, then, you know, that's just pure money. You could also probably even just mix up not doing the lasers when you board the platforms, because if you do this thing... Like, if you do this, like, that kind of thing, where it's just like that, and then angle the shield down. Oh, right. Like that. Like, you'll get pushed off by the Falco automatically, so it also, even if he comes at you, like, because we're holding down and forward here, let me see if I can get the, yeah, display, like, sorry, not this input display on. No! There we go. See how we're holding forward? So we're gonna, even if he hits like the front of our shield, like the part that's off the platform, the shield DI is gonna push us off the platform too. So this is just offensive Marth. This is just on stage Marth killer. So even if he like comes down like the top platform moving away from us, we can still attack. We still have something we can work with.
Yeah.
Like this is, and because of his lack of good multi-hit aerials, like, other than his up air, which is kind of awkward to go for there. I guess he could fair. Like fair would be like some interesting counterplay, but like then his fair is so bad you just do this.
Yeah.
And then just like let him push you back, and then just like it's just yeah, woo. Just hit him.
Yeah.
Like. Just hit him with your shield drop fair, because like his fair is laggier too. So like there's just like a lot of stuff here that works. And getting hit, I feel like, by his fair in the air, even if you fall forward, it's not gonna like really do much to you anyway, because it does like no damage. Exactly. So like, I feel like whenever you can be like, yeah, Falco's counter to this is his forward air, like that's usually like you're probably happy. Yeah.
Okay.
How's Fox going? I feel like that's usually like the, oh god, fuck this character matchup.
Yeah, it's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Fox. Yeah, where do I start? Okay, so I feel like I have plans, right? But like what I'm feeling is that when I fight foxes, like there's some basic stuff that maybe I can work on. Like maybe I should be grinding some of my SDI versus like Fox up throw up air. Okay. There's like little invisible rules like, okay, what is Fox's like unreactable zone if he's like trying to dash dance pressure me? Okay, like there's like sometimes it's like there's like a temptation to put like a down tilt, and then he'll whiff punish that because he's doing the craziest dash dance. So then now you're like, okay, don't put out the down tilt. Do like a wave dash, pseudo dash dance back, or just like gradually take some space or something. But there's no clear game plan. There is and there isn't. Fox is nebulous. Like, I don't know. Like with Falco, what we just said, it makes perfect sense. I have game plans versus Falcos. With Foxes, the game plan is kill him faster, kill him harder, don't get hit.
There's a reason he's the best character in the game, and I think you're tapping into like a lot of why. Like I think that like there's one of Kirby's problems, I think, and I don't mean this in like I don't think he can overcome this. It's just like we need to be able to acknowledge characters have weaknesses. But yeah, I think one of Kirby's weaknesses is that like while the sum, I do firmly believe this he is greater than the sum of his parts, because I do think that like there's kind of a value in your moves like working together as well as his do. Like,
Yeah.
because like he forms the basis of a really good like footsie like kind of like chicken blocky kind of style footsie character, and I really I like or like crouch block style like footsie character, and I think that's like quite good. The problem is he doesn't have like the damage output. Like really, this game is like a game of strengths, and his like balanced design is like not his balanced like well all-rounder design with it like with where his like hits are distributed is like it's a problem, because against someone like this asshole, he doesn't really fold to like he doesn't really fold to that. The way that the only characters who have ever made Fox, like who have ever beaten Fox, whoever or like might be Fox, are this guy and this guy, him and him, because they are the only characters that outclass him in the dominant fighting position, which is mid-range. Like when Falco's here, when Fox is here, like I feel like Falco's got the upper hand. Because it's less like, he's just got this shit, he's got this, he's got this, he's got this, he's got this, he's got that crap. Like, he's just got so many ways of, like, keeping out Fox, like, from setting up Fox's offensive scrap positions. Really, what you're trying to do with Fox is, like, stop him from getting into those offensive scrap positions. Kirby naturally just doesn't do that because Kirby also wants those spots. Like, Kirby needs them in order to function. So it's like, he's got a, like, fundamentally, he's got a problem. And then on top of that, like, then Fox also has the luxury of dictating where those scraps take place. Yeah. Because he's got the gun. So it's just, I feel like this is just, like, I don't know if we're ever going to land on a solution that's to this matchup, because, like, just what Fox wants is also what Kirby wants, which is a close quarters affair where he gets to express his much more powerful toolkit.
Yeah, pretty much. And so...
And that's frustrating. Like, fuck this character.
It's like, I mean, it's so weird, right? Because Boiler Guy, Salt, Zane, they all got Grandmaster with Kirby. There may be others. I know Fox is beatable. I just don't know...
This is like an 8-2, though. Like, this is so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It is hard. It is very...
This is like an 8-2 or a 9-1. Like, I'm not even... Like, I'm not going to joke. Like, this is, like, probably one of the most lopsided matchups in the game. And I still think that Kirby has, like, stuff. Like, I'm never going to say that he doesn't, because I think... I like this little guy. But, like, yeah, it's just hard to keep up with all of his bullshit.
Yeah. This matchup, yeah. And so I don't know... That's all there is to it. I mean, I don't know... Yeah, so what do you think comes next, right? Or what do you think would be like a strategy for Kirby's to try? Or what are the walls besides the mid-range, if that's the main one?
Honestly, like, I think that in general, like, I've never really seen a Kirby with a good punish flow chart, like, for, like, killing him. I think that, like, Kirby needs to approach this sort of like Ness does in some ways, or, like, Falcon, in that, like, you're playing, like, kind of like Falcon, Ganon, like, that kind of, like, Ness, that kind of thing, where you're playing, because, like, to me, like, the big thing here is, like, we have to play off the fact that the first hit of a punish string is usually the one that is not going to be DI'd. So, like, if we have, like, let's just set him to custom DI. So we'll have him not DI this one, and then we'll have him, like, just hold in a bunch. Okay. So, like, to me, like, I've never really seen a Kirby that's good at, like, doing these, like, at these repeat up tilts. Like, in a way that really, like, I've never been wowed by a Kirby's, like, repeat up tilts. Because, like, I think that, like, knowing the minute, like, being able to hit them as, like, to chain them, like, at these percents, and then, like, manipulate whether you get the strong hit or the weak hit to set up tech traps, I think there's, like, a lot of, like, you see what I mean? Like, you got this one, then you can, like, choose to weak hit it or, like, strong hit it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, kind of, like, control over, like, this part of the character has never really been something I've really been, like, wowed by. Because, like, if we get the jab reset there... Right? If we get, like, let's have him just do, like, no tech. Just, a lot of this is somewhat, like, wishful thinking, but, like, just bear with me. Like, if we have him, like, do this, like, I feel like there's a lot of value in just setting up, like, these kinds of, like, tech trap style follows. And then I feel like there's also like not a lot of like refinement in like what you hit him with on the ground, like because like I don't know if you can do this, but like that to me, like that back air, that falling back air to me is like so money compared to like a lot of the other things people go for. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So one thing. Okay. Let me make sure I'm understanding. So one way in on this matchup is using. We want to get certain knockdowns. We don't just want to get a knockdown. We want to do like a tech trap because we want to force him into like a tech roll situation or something, and then kind of keep him in this like tech trap vortex. Is that the idea?
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I think at 0%, grab knocks him down like a down throw or something, and if we, it is possible to get a true down throw tech chase on Fox. It's just like really hard, but it's doable. And the other thing that can knock down Fox is the double tap fair at 0% because it can break his CC. So those are ways in. But these up tilts that you're talking about, they seem sort of more, almost like more fundamental.
Yeah. And I think that
Yeah.
like this might be a spot where like, because I see like a
Yeah.
lot of Kirby's talk about like this launcher F smash, but I'm just wondering if like late hit up smash is like generally better. Like not that one, but like you see like or like getting the sweet spot there is like
Yeah.
like there's a lot like I just feel like there's certain like technical things that have been like kind of like there's things that require a little bit more barrier of entry to him than like maybe like
Yeah.
the standard combo tree that I
Yeah.
just worry that have been like kind of like another one that like I've thought about is like just like the fact that his down air like the fact that his down air has like all these multi hits that hit down on no text is like not necessarily like a bug, you know what I mean? Like you can see like it might have more like you see what I like it's I feel like if we can control the side that we're on a little bit better, that might be a way to forward. But yeah,
Let's
like
assume that it is, right? Because I think it is. What do you think the I should do or the Kirby should do to get good at this, besides just do it a bunch?
so one thing I want to check because I haven't actually looked into this before. Let me see here. So player 2. So how much stun does this thing do? So this is
We have a chart. Let me
okay.
get
So
you.
no, this is okay. So this is always
Alright.
this is always a hard reset. So what I mean by that, sorry, a soft reset, which I just mean like they have the wake up options. So one thing I would say here is, if he's in knockdown, so let's get him like a little bit into the air. So I would say that like let's pay attention to let's actually have him do random DI for this. We'll just trajectory DI random, yeah, and get up option random. So let's raise his percent just a smidge because there's a reason for this.
Okay.
So when I do this down air, you can kind of like see him like move a little bit. Like you can see him move a little bit as I'm down airing him.
Yeah.
So you see like we got to get like a bit of information about like cuz he leaned into us there on the pop-up hit. So like you see
Sorry.
you see what I'm talking about, right? Like he didn't move there. So what I'd say like yeah, like we knew that he was going to stand up there or get up attack because when we down aired his wake up, he didn't move because he didn't DI it. Like that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I want to make sure. So, okay, just to make sure I'm understanding, the idea with this down air is we're trying to pin him in place, right? Is that the idea that we don't want him? So, for example, down air is like what 17, 18 frame startup, but nair and fair are like 10. And so we talk about doing up tilt into like weird falling fair into up tilt like strings. We call that hacky sack. But here you're doing this like up tilt dare thing. We call it like pillar sack or something, or fake pillars. But you're sort of using it to pin. I think you're using it so that as he's in the air from the trajectory of the up tilt, we're pinning him back down to the ground with dare. It's almost like what do you call it when you mess up someone's tech window? It's almost like a tech trap, but like you don't want him to go anywhere. Is that the idea?
It's like so it's not quite these things together. Up tilt just happens to be a convenient hit to like put him into knockdown. The bigger thing is like, okay, do you know how like when somebody hits the ground like that, do you know what determines if they like and you reset them?
Is it because it's the multi-hits?
So kind of. So like, let me explain. So when you hit someone with like a weak move on out of their knockdown, depending on yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, I think you figured it out. So like if the move does more than 13 stun, that's what determines like then they're able to roll left, right, or get up attack. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at how he's like DIing when he's like I'm looking at like how he's hit when I hit the down air to like determine whether or not he has the roll or not, because there he didn't move anywhere when I hit him with the down air. So I know that he's going to get up in place or get up attack. So then I'm just like acting accordingly.
Okay. Is there a video or an article that explains this in a little bit more depth?
Yeah. We have one flagged in the Discord. I'll share the link with you. I can share the link with you like later tonight. But like,
all right,
it's no problem. But yeah, it's basically like there's when we hit somebody with a move, like during knockdowns, if the move does more than 13 frames of stun, then they are able to roll left or right depending on what direction they're holding. So the key to that is like the reason that's important here is because the down air has multiple hits, so we get like lots of like, and it has low knockback basically. So we have like basically a lot of hits to like observe because of ASDI, because that'll happen if they're holding. Happen if they're holding. Like we have a lot of moments to like confirm what the hell is going on with them and whether or not they're holding left or right. With that said, the key here is that then we can narrow it with good observation. I think we can narrow it down to roll left plus get up attack, because get up attack is always an option. Because you can just hold A, and it'll override the directional side. So you always have to be ready for like get up attack. But like it means that you can narrow down their wake up option to one of two things. Like get up in place, roll left, roll right, or the attack with any of those. See what I mean? Like, it's always going to be like... So then, like, with that information, I don't know what you do with that. But, like, I feel like there's got to be, like, something... There's got to be something you can do with that.
Yeah.
Because if we can narrow it down to, like, 2 get-up options... Because I feel like the big thing here is, like... Yeah, we're just trying to, like... I don't know. A lot of this is like very nebulous, and I don't know how it all links together. So like, I want to be real about that. But like, I think that there's more potential. I think there just needs to be like a cleaner route, even if it doesn't work perfectly. I think there needs to be something like that makes more sense with him than like what people do currently. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to review this video to make sure I'm understanding. I think I need to understand the mechanics that are sort of undergirding this type of interaction. But as far as the general principle goes, yeah, I think this is definitely a really hard matchup. Maybe one of the harder ones, maybe, or at least up there. But I also think there's still like a lot of unexplored territory.
Yeah, do we know if we can get anything off of this? Like if you like techs in place there? Because I feel like with the confinement of
well,
this
you want to fast fall waveland to get to the ground sooner.
Yeah, if we do it perfectly, i.e. not like me, do you know if we can get anything though?
On like what, tech in place?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That it would just be really tight if we can. We'd have to keep looking. On tech away, no.
But like in this position, the tech away is like being eaten by the stage. So I think that we actually can get something away, because like I think that's another like another dimension to the positional fighting that like kind of like Cause see what I mean? Like here, let's like
Yeah, so this is how I'll play Ganon sometimes. I'll like down throw him around here, and then I sort of like force him to either go in or out. What I don't know, I don't have a good way of thinking about the horizontal spacing of stages. So I try to like there's all these like you can see like on the actual FD stage, there's like different symbols. I tried to use those and say like this is zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. I think that was too complicated and not useful. I'm not sure how to simplify that to make like this aspect of the game plan clear. Because it's true, there is a spacing where on tech away or tech in place after an up throw, we can't hit him. But I don't know how to think about that systematically. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, but what I'm getting at here is like, here's when I did this terribly, and like I can still I think get him. Like I think that like if I do this less terribly, I can still definitely get him here. So I think that the one big thing, like I think that what this is based off of is just like see what I mean? Like we probably have to wave dash.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can. Are you holding in? Because you can manipulate your horizontal movement while you're in the air, so very slightly. Yeah.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
not doing this perfectly, but like you see how
That's
like
okay. Yeah.
the key to this position I think is that like he lands in the corner.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can get him.
Yeah. And like the other thing here is like even if we can't get him on tech in place, like it's still like we still have like some amount of like leverage with our position to like threaten him.
Yeah. I mean, most foxes, so a lot of foxes will try to DI in here, and we can get like bears and up airs and stuff sometimes on them. Usually a bear at this percent, yeah. So like I'm not too worried on that.
Yeah, like the big one I'm not sure about is like tech in place, but like because like he just comes out so fast like relative to us. Now on the plus side, like with where we get to like our landing and like with where he comes out of this, like it's not like we could have wave landed forward. I'm actually curious, can we actually just get him? Let's do frame advance. So let's do, because I think that we just need a better solution to like this character. So then let's like fast fall.
Yes. And we could use the waveland earlier as we're falling. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So like if we did this, so let's actually like create a save state here, like on this last frame of up throw, and then like.
And so you see some of these falling animation frames, right? I believe, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so like we need to like fast fall. Okay, we got that. So how sharp of a wave, like here, let me put input display on. So how sharp of a waveland do you think we can get away with? Like, do you think we can do like something like this? I guess it's not moving, but like this is like down in the notch, basically, like forward down notch. Because like this moves us. And then I guess the question here is like, so this is where we are. This is where he is. We have 17 frames to work with.
Right. What frame of the animation are you at for Kirby right now?
We are actionable on the next frame. So that's what I mean when I say, oh wait, we have 16 frames to work with. Okay. Could we dash short hop fair? No, fuck.
It's fine. Fair frame 10, right? Short hop. So another 3, so 13. And then what are you going to dash on, like, as soon as possible? Yeah, you could do that in that time. Will it hit? I think maybe. Because another wave dash is too slow, right? Because you won't... I mean, yeah, you could do, like, a wave dash in jab. That won't be very helpful. But, yeah!
Holy shit! Wait, let's just for posterity, let's just make sure. So, dash.
All right. Boom!
It barely works, but it works.
It works. That is wonderful. That's fabulous. Okay.
Like,
okay.
So like it's not the best hit. It's not the best hit, but like it is something.
Nair comes out. just as fast. I wonder what Nair will do. Oh yeah, and the grab range is gigantic on Kirby. Maybe we could do like a weird dash JC grab or something.
Okay, we have
Are
to...
we able to turn on the boxes?
Yeah, we can turn on fighter collision. That's fine.
Yeah. Sorry if it sounds like I'm like giving orders or something. I'm just trying to ideate.
No! This is cool.
Okay.
We got him.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So, I don't know how reactable this is, but, like, the fact that, like, this kind of might work is, like, kind of interesting. So, like, it's really just, like... Here, let's go back. We're really, like, looking to, like, have him... We're really looking to have him land here from our up throw. Like, let's actually freeze this. I was working with Sunsei before you. But,
okay.
Mr. 13th in the world, he wouldn't stop talking about it. I was just like, oh my god.
Is it out yet? I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah, his ranking got out. So, like, really, like, the magic spot here, to me, is, like... I'll send it to you, but, like, it's like, we need Fox to land here. From up throw. So Fox lands here. Here. On DI away. Ooh, throw. Because, yeah, like, to me, like, and the thing is, like, you could probably use, like, once again, like, this is where I think that Kirby on platforms is actually pretty good. Because I feel like this kind of position, like, also, like, lends itself well to platform plays. But, like, I just sent you the image.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you see what I mean? Like, I think this makes a ton of sense. Because the other thing here is that, like, at these percents, and, like, I don't know how the percents affect this. Like, that's an unknown that we'd have to, like, look into. But, like, I think that it also makes a ton of sense. Because if he holds, especially at these middle percents, because if he holds in...
Oh, yeah, just bear him.
Yeah, we just get, like, a back air. Like, if I could do it. There.
Boom. Yeah, and then if he's holding it, you kind of fuck up his DI a little bit.
Wait.
You can do the up tilt? That'd be sweet.
Like, let's... Okay. Player one.
So Falco, he falls too fast. You have to be a little higher, but Fox, it just comes so quick.
Yeah, so it doesn't... So up tilt isn't an option here, unfortunately, but, like that's just so... That's so money.
Is up tilt... Let me think about that.
Like, you could do, like...
You're not landing soon enough, is that why?
No, it's just... Yeah, he's just, like... The frame that we land is the frame... Like, the frame the up tilt comes out is the frame that he techs. So maybe at a higher percent, but, like...
Okay.
But, like, come on, like, this could... Like, this has... Like, again, like, he's holding in, like, an idiot here, but, like, this has potential. Like, I think that... Because we have, like... We have the problem solved on DI away. And then, like... Yeah.
Boom. 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 Dead. Would you tell me order of operations?
Yeah, like... It's just like, yeah, and then, like, on DI away, we can do the grab shit in the corner. Or we could probably just, like, walk and down tilt him, too. Like, I don't know about that one, but, like, the fact, I think that Kirby just needs ways of finding damage in more positions, and I think that something like this and the other stuff we've sort of looked at as, like the tech traps and everything else, I think this all makes sense as, like, a very reasonable starting point.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Because it's based on mechanics. It's not based on, like, wishful thinking. It's just, like, there isn't... Like, it's hard, but there is enough time to do this, to do some of this in some situations. I don't know how realistic that is, but I also don't expect perfect defense from every single Fox player. And I think that, like, while that is a little bit of wishful thinking, like, I think that, like, to win Kirby Fox, I don't think it's unreasonable to require a little bit of a little bit of wishful thinking. Not tons, but, like... They won't DI everything perfectly, or, like, you know, we will get the positions where we can do our things in them. Like, I think we kind of have to go in with that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I play, I guess the way that I think about it, I'll play Philip for fun, for, like, I guess, practice sometimes, right? I don't play thinking, like, I hope the Fox DI is like shit. I play, like, I need to, like, learn as much as I can about this Fox as fast as possible and fuck him up.
Mm-hmm. As you should. And then, like, I think that, like, with his insane
Is that wishful
grab...
thinking? Okay.
No, because you're, like, it's a PvP... You're just, like, leaning on PvP elements.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
This is true.
I
It's
know.
something I should grind. Yeah. You can get a full ass 0 to death. Well, I don't know about
I
slide off the eye counterplay. I don't understand it here. I'm not sure if it's always possible.
I think that so the way to look at this situation, I think, is like it's really just like at what point, like if we have him go outwards, like and we're situated properly in the middle of the platform as we should be, because again, this is a throw loop, like we should
Okay.
have that. Like at what point can he reasonably go off the platform? And it's like pretty high up. Like it's not easy for him to escape this. So I think at some point, like really, it's going to be like in the hundreds. It's going to be in the 80s somewhere. And it's just,
Yeah.
or like 90s. And it's just like, at what point do we decide we want to take the hit? And if so, like what hit do we take?
Yeah. I mean, if he was to land on the left, yeah, I would do like a down smash, typically.
I wonder if
Or
we
some
can
sort of like
hammer.
bear.
No,
Yeah.
that's way too slow. What I'd probably do is like, I'd probably like up air. I'd probably try to like up air in some way or back air. But I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of like probably why you're having the slide off DI problem. So I'm not totally sure what the cleanest solution here is. Because I
Sometimes you
feel,
can go for like an up tilt up air, right? So that you
yeah,
maybe too high of a percent, but like because then he can just hold out. But
yeah.
That's a-
But like
you
if
know.
he holds out, then like here, we'll just have him tech in place just for simplicity. But like if
Okay.
if we think that he'll tech in place, we just do something else, like.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because if we think he's gonna tech in place and ruin our day, then like, okay, that's fine. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
like,
I think my biggest weakness in this interaction is the get up shine. Like the second place shine. And then I sort of like overreact to it. I assume the way to get past that is to just keep practicing this interaction with random options from a CPU.
yeah, because like here I have him like DIing like away and like teching in place, and then like DIing away,
Beautiful.
teching in place, and like holding in. But like if I have him like if I change this input so that he's holding out to like avoid the up air follow up, like
Okay.
then we just and just dunk him. He's gone.
Okay.
Like I'm just messing it up because I don't remember this timing. It's really really weird. There we go.
Boom.
And like I think how much duration does Kirby's like F smash have? Oh, it's okay. It hits on 12. Like what frame does this thing hit on?
Strong hitbox is probably like 12 or 13.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it ends on 50. Is there an interrupt? Do we know if there's an interruptible frame?
On this one I doubt it. I made a chart.
Let me
I'll find
double
out.
check. I'm curious. I think I'm not. I don't doubt you. I just want to know for myself.
Yeah.
F smash total 49 frames. Okay, so okay, got it. Yeah. Because the last frame is never counted. We should still have, I think, counterplay on Amsa Tech here. Cause like it's tight, but I think it works. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Smash DI direct. So trajectory DI floor hug. Let's try something. And then it would be tech roll in, right? Yeah, that's because or tech roll away. Okay.
Here we go. Let me get this.
Yeah, we should still be able to get another hit. Like, I can't promise it's a good hit, but like, you can still like hit him off. Like you see what I mean? Like you can still
Yeah.
like get the up. You can still because like the way that this is working out here is that he is on 25 and we're on 39. So we actually are coming out of this 4 frames sooner than him. So we should actually be actionable right now. Yeah, when does our forward tilt come out?
Yeah, I posted a little chart. Comes out frame 5.
Okay, so forward tilt is... Okay, cool. So I think he might actually be able to get something off of this. Like, I don't know what it would be, but... Here, let's just hold. Let's hold down, actually, and see if we can down tilt. Yeah. And, like, so, again, it's not the best hit, but especially if he, like, rolls outward. Like, that's not like, if we're doing it this way, that's not terrible. It's just tight, but, like, it looks like this could, like... Here, let's look at how the knockback works on this. Like, yeah, let's have him not do that air dodge.
So I imagine to execute this, we do the F smash, and then we're immediately holding down and mashing A for a down tilt.
I think you'd have to time it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if this is like this is a good one to mash, but yeah, you got the right idea.
All right.
I'm just curious if you can get the F tilt, because I'm just trying to see.
It's 1 frame slower startup than the down tilt, so sick.
Yeah. And, okay, this is kind of what I was hoping for.
Oh, this has happened to me before. I've got, like F tilt tech.
No, but, like, this is good. This is actually really good for us. Because now we can drop through the platform.
Oh.
And up air.
And then we do the up air, and they can't tech it because of the angle it sends.
Yep. Or, like... Yeah. Like, there you go. So, like, this is, like, tight, but, like... Okay, maybe not, like, up air, but, like, again, like, you can see that, like, we're creating, like, a more sophisticated trap to hit the fox.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny.
Actually, wait a minute. F tilt. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. We have a strong up smash. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. That's cool. Sick.
Yeah, like, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, we have a better solution. But yeah, like, there's, like, I think that it's stuff like this, I think, that makes a ton of sense here. Yeah. And it interrupts on 28. Okay, that's why this works. This is like yeah. Yeah. And
so what's cool here, I guess the up smash is fine. If for some reason we doubted the up smash, at a slightly higher percent, we're going to get the inner hit down smash, which will also send up.
Yeah, we could also... What you want to do there is, like, I think you want to just keep forward tilting at that point, because, like, the idea here is that, like, we're just... Him teching here is bad for him. Like, that's the thing. Like, he actually just wants to survive. Like, the best thing, unironically, that he can do here is not to, like, try to do this floor hug shit. It's honestly just to, like, DI in and, like, accept that he has to recover from there.
I see.
Because, like... All that the other stuff does is it introduces a way that we can, like, frame trap him permanently. Like, there's no way out of, like, the Amsa Tech punish loop. And that's just, like, mechanically, it doesn't allow... He's locked into at least 40 frames of punishment, and we're more efficient than that. So, like, because our F smash to F tilt is more efficient than that, like, barely, but it is, there's just nothing he can do about that. So, like... What we're it is in his best interest to actually just take the hit and DI in. This, to me, is the type of thing that Kirby needs. He needs ways of, like, forcing his opponents to do certain things, or else they take more damage. I think that's really the theme of, like, the up throw punish that we labbed for the corner, because really... He needs, like, his whole problem is a lack of punish game on stage. His edge guarding is actually pretty good. His gimping is actually pretty good. His sturdiness on stage is actually pretty good. It's just he doesn't hit hard enough, and he dies too fast relative to the most powerful offensive characters. So, like, if there's a way to solve that, I think that's really where he's going to find a lot of ground. I don't know how you do it, but this is kind of where these are the kinds of places where I'd start.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I need a way to streamline the different things to do. So, for example, I've seen ways people for other matchups will say, like, okay, at this percent versus this DI in this positioning, this is what you do. I think that could help, but I don't know if that's the best way to do that. I'm also not sure what's an ideal way to structure that. Do you have advice?
So I would start with, like, I always think it makes sense to start with your givens. For Kirby, that would be things that, like, I would say that would be things like, so, like, we don't know exactly when that, like, tech chase that we figured out with FD, we don't know what, like, the parameters of that are.
Yeah.
So I'd say that like the parameters of that absolutely would be considered what I would consider a given. Like we need to know like when does this work, when does this stop working, because that's really like that tells us when we can and can't play for it. Similarly, like up tilt, like when can we actually reliably on? And I would start on no DI. On no DI, like when does things start? Because on fast moves like up tilt, they're usually used as they're often used as interrupts and like punishes on people's movement. So like the DIs that we're planning to beat should be in context, because like a lot of times people are like DIing down and into us because they're fast falling forward because they want to hit us with a drill or a nair or something. So like since up tilt is an anti-air, it should have a significant portion of its lab work capturing that as the starting point. So I would say that like try to think about like what situations we're using them in, and then like assume proper defense after that starting point. I feel like a big mistake low tier players in general make is they'll have a move that only works. They'll have like a fast interrupty move like an up tilt or a down tilt or like a fair or like back air, and they'll assume perfect defense from the opponent in every single situation. But like the reality is perfect defense usually happens only at the highest levels of play and after the initial hit. So like, because it's really because like how often have you been in the situation, and you're like a player who knows their stuff, right? So like how often have you been in the spot of like knowing that you have things that you like, knowing that you have to DI things, knowing that you have to like play around things, but you still got hit by something and you didn't DI it properly, but now that you're hit by it, you're now DIing everything properly. Have you ever had that happen?
Absolutely.
Right, and that's because we don't assume we're going to get hit by everything. We can't. If we do that, we compromise too much of our own game plan. So, like, because then we don't follow through properly. We don't land in the right spots. We don't continue, like, you know what I mean? Like, everything explodes. So, I would say, like, start from a somewhat optimistic DI, and then figure out, figure out how the branches spread from that point onward.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does that make sense? This will be uploaded, so like I don't have time for takeaways because I'm really busy. But like, this should be uploaded in a day. Is that all right?
That's fine. Makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. Take care, Plue. Let me know how it goes.
I will do. You too. Take it. Bye.